name is Kevin Fernandez, and welcome to my channel, Gamers Genie. Today, we're doing an unboxing on the game Root, the Riverfolk expansion. This is the first expansion that Leader Games released for their game series of Root. The artwork is consistent with the first one, and of course with the later on expansion, the Underworld expansion. You know, it's got the Lizard Cult on the front, and it's also got the Riverfolk Company on the front as well. Kind of shows you what you're in for. But that's enough chit-chat about that. Let's crack this nut open, see what's inside. Okay, so we have our Riverfolk expansion right here. I'm just going to flip it up on its backside. Kind of shows you a bit, shows you the boards, and it gives you 3 new Vagabonds that you can use in the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut across the bottom, and we're going to come across up here, and I'm going to take the plastic off, and we're going to open up the box, and we have our rules on how to play with these factions and in Root, and we got our tokens for each thing. Most of these will be for the Riverfolk Company, and I will punch those out as soon as possible. But we got our Lizard Cult board. So this is where you keep your acolytes and your gardens. The gardens are how the Lizard Cult win the game. And you have the outcasts, and of course your items crafted, and what you do during your bird song, your daylight, and your evening phase. And this one is the mechanical Marquis. It was designed in this game so you can have a computer player playing as the Marquis the cat instead of having some other player play as the cats. It's a very clever way of doing this, but since Jordan likes playing as the cats, I don't think she's going to agree to this that much. So, and then we have our second Vagabond board. This one will go for 2 Vagabond players instead of 1 Vagabond player. I'm very curious on how that works and how that affects the game as well. As you can see in the back of this, it's how you set up as the second Vagabond. I forgot to show you the back of the mechanical Marquis. So you have a robot cat right there. And then, of course, we need to see the back of the Lizard Cult. It tells you the setup and how you really have to play as the Lizard Cult. So we're going to move all that stuff over to the side. And last but not least, we have the Riverfolk Company. So we have the Riverfolk Company. It has the payments, your funds, your I don't want to attempt to pronounce that and make a fool of myself. Got what you do in your bird song, your daylight, and your evening phase. Then you have your trade posts and your services, crafted items, and then your special abilities up at the top. You have your setup for how you set up as the Riverfolk Company, and then your little, and then hints and tips on how to play as these characters. Okay. This is our card holder. I believe you mostly use this for the Riverfolk Company because their their hand must always be shown. It's wood, so it's nice and sturdy. It won't like bend or break, as long as you take good care of it. I'm going to move on to the next thing. And next we have our Lizard Cult. And I'm going to open this up. And we're going to pour these out. The Lizard Meeples. So we got the Lizard Meeples here. I do like the quality. They have a really good quality on these things. It does not disappoint. I know that there's been a couple of misprints here and there, but Okay, and we're just going to add those into the box. We're going to take this out too. Oh, we got our Riverfolk company, the little otter meeples. Again, good quality in making these meeples. It does not disappoint. I do enjoy seeing these. And according to a lot of people, they're cute. I do not. I never see it. I never see what other people see in things that are cute. That's just something I have to live with, I guess. So we're going to add those back into the box. So we're going to pour these out. So these beads are what you have to put on your board for moving around on how much everything's going to cost. And this is your second Vagabond meeple. This is kind of black with gray instead of gray with black. A little bit of a twist. We're going to add this over here, and I'm going to put the Vagabond down here. Okay. So we have some new cards. There's the spy cards, which you can have people spy on everybody and stuff like that. Because, you know, it's the same thing. And you have 3 new Vagabonds, which should change the game a bit as well. And then you have the, of course, overview cards for the Lizard Cult and the Riverfolk Company. And so now I'm going to punch out the tokens. Got all these trading posts for the Riverfolk Company. Okay. And then I'm really curious on what a lot of these tokens do. So these are the Lizard Cult tokens. These are the garden tokens that they use. I'll probably organize this box a little more better in the future, but for now I'm just going to kind of keep it a little bit as is. I'm not really going to do that much with this. Got some of the gardens. And of course you have your new Vagabond tokens and everything. I find it's curious. I don't think all these are for the Vagabond. I think some of these are actually for, I think that's actually, some of these are actually for other stuff. So this is for the Vagabond. And what's really cool is they have a mechanical cat token. So if you're playing as the, I'm assuming if you're playing as the mechanical Marquis, you can kind of use that instead of just the normal Marquis to cat token if you're playing as the Vagabond against the mechanical Marquis. So that's a pretty interesting thing right there. And it looks like we got some fort tokens. I'm going to assume that's what they are, fortresses. And then you got a couple more Riverfolk tokens with little letters at the back. So then I'm going to open up this baggie. Eventually. We're going to toss what tokens I have in there, see what happens. Okay. There. We're going to add more of these tokens back in there. So there we go. Got our token bag all zipped up. I'm going to add this other bag in there. I don't know what we're going to be using it for, but I'm pretty sure we'll use it for something. So I'm going to add that extra bag back there, and then I'll just up. Let's see if I can fit. I dropped some tokens, so let's see if I can put these trading post tokens in there. Oh, there we go. I can. We're going to add that in there. Then we're going to put the boards on top of everything. And we're going to put the rule book right here. And we're going to close that box back up. And there we go. The Riverfolk Expansion. Well, there you go. The Riverfolk Expansion. Now I want to point out that that you may have noticed that when I was unboxing this, you saw the forest. Well, that was the new playmat I got that I ordered with this expansion as well. And you can get your own at the Leader Games website, I believe. I'll leave a link to that in the description below in this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed this channel, hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell to be notified when we release new videos. I want to take the moment to thank our Patreon supporters. Your help means a lot to this channel. So, and I will also, just in case you missed it, I will also leave a link to our how to play video of Root in the description below as well, so you can click on that and you can learn how to play this game. So you'd be like, oh, what does all that stuff mean? Well, there's a link to all that stuff down in the description below. Please feel free to click on it. We hope you will look out for our next upcoming gameplay video. I will not tell you what it is because it's a different game and it's not made by Leader, so there's really no point in me advertising another game from another company. But be on the lookout for it, and we'll see you then. But until that time, thanks for the views.